Welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2022 Top 40 Rankings Countdown. Place number 15, Armenia, Rosa Linn, Snap. Please do click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and like, share, and comment below. So we have seen the return of Montenegro to the contest and are at my place 60. And now we have another returning country, this other returning country, which is Armenia. They missed out the contest last year in 2021. They would have been at 2020 contest. They had a national final and had a song which a lot of the fans liked. I didn't that year, but obviously 2020 got cancelled. And then due to some political unrest and quite a lot of various things happening in Armenia, they felt they had to withdraw last year. So we're very pleased to have them back for 2022. They actually won Junior Eurovision in 2021, and we'll be hosting Junior Eurovision in Yerevan at the end of this year, which is the second time that they've won Junior Eurovision. So can they replicate that success in the main contest? Now, they've occasionally held national selection finals, as I said, for 2020 they did. They elected not to this year. They one of those ones that they mix between national finals and internal selections. And so Rosa Linn, whose real name is Rosa Kostandian, was selected as the artist. She's a former contestant for the Armenian national selection for Junior Eurovision. And then since she's gone on to work with a US-based record label called Unvac Collective. I probably pronounced that wrong. Now the Unvac Collective are the label behind her 2022 song Snap, and the songwriters, which include Rosa herself, but they are mostly Americans or Armenian Americans. And I think that American label or American-based label and the American-Armenian writers perhaps explain why this lovely little song, very cute song, has perhaps a distinctly country US feel to it, although without it being twee or a pastiche. It actually reminds me a bit of another 2020 song, which was Ben and Tan's song Yes, which was Denmark's entry for 2020, and actually was one of my favourite songs for 2020. It was in my top 10. Now, Snap is a bit more chilled, a bit more slower paced, but like Yes, it's another one of my favourites, and I do class this at number 15 as being one of my favourites. It's such it's so warm and sweet. The video is really charming. It's obviously reminiscent of Up. When the film Up with the flying house, it's very warm, sweet, but I don't think it's sickly. And there's a real anthemic feel or moments to it that are the hallmark of many Eurovision entries, hallmark of many successful Eurovision entries. Rosa herself seems delightful. She's been reaching out to her fellow artists over social media, and she's really charmed the crowds at sort of pre-parties. She's just so self-deprecating, and her demeanour, and she's sort of doing acoustic versions of her song. And I think after a strong start at Eurovision for Armenia in their early years, they've struggled recently. They haven't. It's been a few years since they qualified. I think 2017 was the last time they qualified. So it would be nice to see them sort of get themselves back on track, even if it's with a somewhat atypical entry for Armenia. Now, Rosa closes semi-final one, last song of semi-final one, and I hope that the producers giving her that closing slot as a sign of confidence in the song, her performance, staging, because I think this would be a very welcome addition to the grand final and a very deserved return for Armenia to the contest.